Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting day. We are going to have way too much fun. I've got this custom map set up and we're basically going to walk through a couple of things. Cold startup, using navigation to intercept, well, depending on our fuel load, it's going to be the carrier or the, well, right there is the fuel tanker. So we'll see. We're going to cover a whole smorgasbord of stuff. A lot of it is stuff that I've learned just from watching other videos of people doing stuff, but let's hop right in. It's probably going to be a multi-part series because, well, we could be here a while. Quite a while. Okay, so we are starting cold and dark. And a little frozen. I think they did something to the cockpit. Okay. Wings are down. Reflective of what we have. Alright, let's do a quick startup. We have the battery. We got lights. Battery is now on. Let's do fire tests.
Engine fire left.
Yeah, we did the wrong one, but that's okay.
Engine fire right. Engine fire
We got
right.
all of our lights.
APU fire.
Yep, got APU.
Fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Okay, that was going to go on for a while, but that's okay. So all of those are good. We're now going to start the APU. Give her a couple of seconds. That's fine. While we're waiting on that, let's turn on some of our displays. I know you're technically supposed to wait, but I'm ready. Alright, let's crank the engine right. Also, before we do that, I'm understanding something useful to guess I didn't. Okay, so we're going to really quickly adjust the controls. Go to search, probe, probe extend is going to be the joystick throttle quadrant. There's extend and retract, shoot. It's a one-way switch. Alright, we're just gonna have to toggle it. That'll work. That's perfect. Okay, so that's the probe. That is good. Let's crank the engine. Right is cranking. We are looking down here. Sitting too high in my seat. Okay, that doesn't work. We are past 25%. Adding fuel. Not adding fuel. There's the fuel. Alrighty. Oh, I love that sound. That's a good sound. There's 60%. Engine is good. We did not hot start. Alrighty. Here goes all the cautions. Technically, we're supposed to do a bunch of checks. That's okay, though. We're not going to. Alright, all you guys should be powered now. Turning on, HUD coming up. Bit failures are okay. We're gonna set you to the FCS. Make that not a terrible shade of death. Alright, so we got bit failures, we got this little guy, the FCU. Is that FCU? Menu. FCS. Okay, so we have a whole slew of errors right there. We're just going to ignore them. Alright. So throttle is up. Let's turn the bleed air clockwise. 360 degrees. Alright, if you can hear that, it just came on. We're now going to go, well, technically, yeah, that's okay. Alright, COM 1 and 2, we don't really care at the moment. And on here, start engine 2. Give that a second. And it's 25. Throttle verified, coming up. Watching that. There we go, we got good start. You can just hear it when it starts. It sounds phenomenal. Love that sound. We got plenty of gas. That is good. If you automatically kick off now that we got 2 good engines. Alrighty, next on the list. INS to ground. If we were on the carrier, we would set this little guy to CV for carrier. And that'll initialize the INS. Right there. Now set to ground. That needs to count down to 0. It's been going for 17 seconds. I've been blathering on. Okay. So, next to that, we set the radar to operational. From what I've heard, it doesn't just spam out energy at the front, so any ground crew will be safe. It only operates when you are off the ground. Just from what I've heard, don't know if it's true. Obgas. Turn on that. There goes the APU. We are good. Alright. Flow. Is that flow? Yep. Oxygen flow. That is set to on. We're good there. Alright, let's do the FCS reset. That is a little button back here. That guy. But I can't hold that while hitting FCS. Alright, so this just ran the FCS check. These two are go. These two are restarting. Supposed to be running that check. There we go. There's in test. So you have to hold Y while hitting that button twice. That's in test. You can watch these little guys. Essentially, it moves all the control surfaces. Nope, can't lean far enough. Basically, it moves all the control surfaces, makes sure they're all good. Works when... Basically, it warms up everything if it's cold out. Yeah. Alright, reach down here. Set our flaps to auto. And we're going to go set the takeoff trim, which is that little button. That little button. Reset our errors on the FCS. And now we're going to do the 4 down. Yeah, 4 down test. So we're going to go 4 down. That is speed brake extend. I have that manually. Can't see it. Neat. But we have a speed brake indicator. So speed brake out. The launch bar down. Is there. Then we come over to the arrestor hook. Drop that. Heat to heat on. On instead of auto. Then we go over to flaps, fully extended, and now we gotta go outside. Make sure everything is good. Speed brakes extended, tail hooks down. Arrestor bar up in the front is good. And we also need a refueling probe. Let's actually go outside, see if it works. There she comes. Oh yeah. Works. Alright, now let's put them all back. Alright. There is flaps full. We forgot to check that. Flaps up. Come back in. Hook up. Turn heat back there. Track the bar. Okay. Now, let us release the brakes. Toes on. Toes are good. Let's set our bingo fuel at 6,000. So that's the maximum weight that we can have when we land on the carrier. $6,000. That'll put us exactly at 33,000. Let's uncage. Standby attitude. Hop in our map. Let's figure out what the weather is. So we're looking for a QFE. It doesn't have it. Neat. Anyways, they'll tell us when we go to take off. Bingo set. Backup altimeter set. We need to set our radar altitude. It's 200 feet. I know, we already flew right through it because we're below it. And 200 feet. Alright. Backup attitude is definitely uncaged. Attitude source, which is this guy, set to standby. Alright, let's put that back to minus. Let's tune minus to nav. Radar is operating. We are good to go down here. FCS is all good. The only thing left on here is the canopy. No bits. We are restacked, so there's the canopy. Alright. Let's set HUD there. I personally like... Well, you're supposed to set it to the attack radar, but... yeah, that'll be okay for now. Alright. Well, that was really quick, really simple. So we're going to do the taxi out for takeoff. Alright, so release brakes. Actually, let's change that from radar to barometric. Now in barometric, we are at 40 feet. And let us call ground. Ground crew. Do we even have the wheel chocks? We'll remove them anyways. Remove wheel chocks. Thank you, mate.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
Alright, that's everything we need here. Go over, talk to ATC. We are at Batumi. Technically, we were supposed to do that beforehand. Minor detail. Maybe not. Alright, we are started completely. We are set up, warmed up. Now let's go request taxi to runway. Maybe? Oh, he's ignoring me. Why is he ignoring me? You have to use a different radio? There we go. Cleared runway 31. Alright, so we've been cleared. We'll taxi with the canopy open. In the real world, you definitely don't forget that. In the simulator, it's a little loud, but bearable, so you might. I hope not. Clear. Make sure you engage nose wheel steering. We're going to need that. Occasionally it's good to hit high, but you don't always need it. Ooh, those engines are powerful. So, the way that I kind of describe this jet is that it is a gigantic brick with a ton of thrust. On the ground, that makes a serious difference. But we're now going to make our turn. We're going to try and go all the way down to the end, and we'll call that good. I like it. Ooh, nice shading. That is pretty. So, since we're pretty well set up, I'm going to come down here. And set to instruments. Okay, we still got a second. Right, instrument panel. Let's turn that up a little bit. Consoles. Alright. What I really wanted was to set the fuel panel. So we are now going to hold short of runway 31 at Bravo. So, throttle back. Look down here. This is the appropriate time to do that. Don't want flood. Chart. There we go. Now that's visible. You have to set it to MVG. Then, I'm sorry guys, that's sickening. Then this works. Then you can actually change your brightness, make it super bright so you can see and wash everything out. And there's the numbers. So I like it. Well, that was the startup and taxi procedures. Now we're going to do the we'll do the pre-takeoff procedures in the next video. But I hope you guys liked it. Hopefully you found it informational. You can find all these procedures actually in your download folder with the F-18. They're in the docs folder. It's got a lot of pictures, diagrams, shows you where to find everything. But thank you for joining in. Hopefully you found this informational, and we will see you guys in the next episode.